Are you coming back to school with me? We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm your host on Teaching with Board Games, here for turn 8 of, or round 8, or whatever you want to call it. It's the 8th cycle of White versus Black in the Duel of Ages II Rush campaign. Team White started off with a good lead and has taken a commanding lead, and for the last couple turns has been threatening to just wipe Black off the board with a Valor win, which means that they have more than twice the characters on the board that the White team does, or Black team does. So to that end, there's a lot of, let's see, Jenny is down to 2 wounds. Brad is down to 1 wound. So there's the 2 people right there who are the main concerns for going out for Team Black. Because if they go, that's it. Because Black team has already lost Piccolo, they've lost Ryan Knight, and and Frost Dancer's been imprisoned. So that's 3 out of the 8. So they have 5 characters. Team White still has all 8 of theirs. So if they lose 2 more, they'll be at 3. And so it has to be more than twice. So let's see what happens. Team White has the initiative as always. They always start the turns, which I don't know. I'd kind of like to see maybe that change. That would be different. You know, maybe because Black could just have a chance to go. They might actually be able to do something. I don't know, but on to Team White. So we're going to look to the reference card here and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. The free action phase. Free action, there's nobody setting up any snipers. There's nothing to be traded, anything like that. So it's just going to move on from there. So we go into the fire phase, and anybody who fires in the fire phase isn't going to be able to move. But I don't think that's a problem, because so we've got Leo Penny is going to fire into the melee here. Headless Horseman is well, he can't. He's outside the gate, so he can't fire, but he may just move up there. He may engage in combat too. We'll see, but he's not able to fire. Damon Raven had all his guns taken from him, put into the vault by Rizzik the Red visiting the Wailing Caverns. Adigan the Rat is down here just chilling, unable to do anything. So he's this got bumps on us, so that's, I'll have to look at that, but he's pretty much not doing anything now. And Mr. Catskill's in combat. Melina Arabato is, I guess, trying to get away from Rizzik the Red and stay away from this rifle too. She's just trying to stay alive. And then Orpatu and William Wallace are in the caverns there, about to face off with the TIX assassin. Maybe. That's if they'll face off with the assassin if Brad and Jenny can hold out. So having said all that, then Leo Penny is the only one who's going to be firing this turn. He's the only one with a missile weapon that is going to fire, or can fire, etc., whatever. So he is firing into there. So Leo Penny is shooting. He has the a point of 8. So it's point versus stealth. He also has this symbol, so he's getting +1 to hit. So he's got a 9 versus, he'll go after he'll go after Brad. So it's 9 versus 9. Brad has a 9 stealth as well. Because it's just like well, no, you know what? His gun does 2 damage. And Jenny's the more dangerous one in hand-to-hand combat, because she has that ability where if you FOP, and it happened to the Headless Horseman, if you FOP, you end up hitting yourself. So he's going to fire in there. He's going to go for Jenny. So he's going to shoot Jenny, because she has 2 life left. Chances are good if he hits, he's going to kill her. So she has a stealth of 6. So it's attacker better by 3. Yeah, that's much better. Attacker better by 3 is a miss. Okay, so Leo Penny has missed his shot, and that was the only shot. That was big. Not gonna lie, that was a big one. All right, so we go on then to movement. So for the movement, Leo Penny's going to stay where he is. Headless Horseman is going to, I think he's going to join the combat. Damon Raven is going to go, he has a movement of 6. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the vault to gather up his stuff. And then Adigan the rat. He's going to come over to here. No, that's the wood elves. He's just going to hang out back here. He's not going to go into that final circle to exit. So he's just here. He doesn't want to go to this final ring. He doesn't want to exit because that's going to make it more difficult for the glory win or the valor win. So he's going to stay there. Just wait. And so that's Adigan, Mr. Catskills in combat, Marina Arabato. Melina is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she's just running through the woods here, trying to stay away from Rizik and Cassina. Orpatu is fine where he is, because we counted the assassin is going to go 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, not seeing that. Adjust. Nice little card collection there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So exactly to where Orpatu is now. So he's just going to wait there, and William Wallace is going to say, "Come get some. You want it? Come get it." So they're going to have a battle with this thing, see what they can do to it. Yeah, because William Wallace can't get away now. He's trapped in there. I thought when he gave the Lith Tribute, he might be dismissed, but such was not the case. So he has to face the assassin now. If Brad and Jenny survive. So that's them. So everybody has moved. So now we go on to Opfire. So the assassin had set up a sniper rifle here. So as Damon Raven ran for the guns, he's going to get a sniper fire shot. There will be an Opfire shot from the thing onto, with a bunch of minuses for the trees and everything in the way. But I'll say that, yeah, you can, but it's going to be so unlikely for Melina Arabato. She came in through here. I'm not sure how many things of forests like totally eliminate line of sight. But I know each one is +2, so that's +2, 4, 6, 8 to her thing. So I don't know. I'm just going to look at an old card here and see if that's even possible. No, it's not going to be possible because her stealth is not that bad. And its shooting is not that good. So it's 7 versus... No, it's not going to have a chance. So we'll just skip that one. So we do have the sniper rifle here. The sentry rifle, sentry gun. And... that's it. Yeah, because Damon Raven's down to 2 wounds. So with a good shot, we can take Damon Raven out. And that's really going to... it's going to extend the game. I don't know that it's going to turn the tides for Team Black, but it could make a difference. All right, so... Opfire. Just the one. Just the one Opfire shot, because the only other person with a ranged weapon is Rizik the Red, and he's currently in a dome. So he wouldn't have been able to shoot at Cassina even if he had the range, which he doesn't. His range is only... well, his range is 12. Wow, that's a really good range. Anyway, you can't see her because she's in the dome. So it's this is the sniper. Sniper is shooting at Damon Raven. So it has 1 shot. So it's 7 versus a stealth of 5. So it's attacker better by 2. Attacker better by 2. Is a miss. So much for that. Team Black was really hoping for that one. And so that's it for Opfire. We go on to Melee. So in Melee here, we got a big scrum going. So we have Headless Horseman and Mr. Catskill versus Brad and Jenny. So, a creature from urban legend and a vigilante versus a slacker and a peasant. I think I did the Black team such a disservice in terms of right from the very beginning in terms of picking the teams. Anyway, so of those, Jenny has a wits of 9. on her on melee attempts against Jenny. Well, okay, so anyway, we're looking at wit. So she has 9. Mr. Catskill has 4. Horseman has 6, and Brad has a 6. So we're going to go Jenny first. Now, on melee attempts against Jenny, Jenny adds her wits to her react, and the attacker adds his wits to his melee. Okay. If an enemy fops, yeah. Once per game on any challenge, she can use her wits. Okay, so she's just doing her regular melee of 4. And so Headless Horseman has a reactive 5. He has 3 wounds. They both have 3 wounds left. So I think Jenny is going to go for Mr. Catskill just because it's a little bit easier. So it's her melee of 4 versus Mr. Catskill's react of 4. So it's attacker better by 0. Attacker better by 0 is a hit. So Jenny has hit Mr. Catskill. Her penetrate is 3 with 2 damage. Wow. Penetrate 3, his armor is 2. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is -2. So she does 0 damage. Again, unfortunate. Next, it goes down. Everybody else has 6 wits. No, well, Brad and the Headless Horseman both have 6 wits. So we will give it to the Headless Horseman because it's, you know, just going back and forth. Jenny's had an attack, so we'll give him an attack, and then Brad, and then Mr. Catskill. So Headless Horseman is going to attack Brad because he doesn't want to try. He tried hitting Jenny before, and it just didn't go well. So he's going to leave that for Mr. Catskill. So against Jenny. So it only works when they're actually attacking Jenny, which he's not now. So his melee is 4. Melee of 4. Brad has a reactive 9. So it's defender better by 5 is a miss. And see that would that have fopped against Jenny? Yeah, that would have fopped against Jenny too. So he would have hit himself again. So no thank you. And now we're on to Brad. Brad is got his measly combat of 1. And so he's going to attack Mr. Catskill. So Mr. Catskill has a react of 4. So it's defender better by 3. Is still a hit. So Brad has managed to land a shot against Mr. Catskill, this seasoned vigilante. And Brad's penetrate is 2 with 2 damage. Does Brad have brass knuckles or something? So 2, so Mr. Catskill 2 versus 2, attacker better by 0 is no damage. So no damage, so they are then. Mr. Catskill is going to attack Brad. Mr. Catskill versus Brad. You know what? Yeah, Brad's got 1 wound left. We just have to hit him once. But you know, Jenny's got 2. So let's see. If he attacks Jenny, mental ability once again, melee has attempts against Jenny. Jenny adds wits to a react. So she will have a 14. He will have, he adds wits to melee. 14 to 9. So defended by 5. You know what? It's going to be just slightly better against Brad. Against Brad, it's going to be defended better by 4. Against Jenny, it's defended better against 5, and he could fop against Jenny. So, and yeah, he flopped against either of them. So yeah, he would have taken hits if he had fought Jenny. So he missed against Brad. So this combat goes on for another turn. Boom. Put the stack there. So that's it for the melee combats. So we're on to adventuring. There is none. This will be done as a in the free action phase. He'll grab his guns back again or anything. Grab everything from the vault. And then reinforce, which doesn't happen anymore. Not in this game. So that's it for Team White. We're on to Team Black. Somehow surviving another turn. Team Black has some things to do now. So again, let's look at the thing here. Free action phase. Now, as a dragon, Cassina can move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not quite making it to Leo Penny there, but that's something to consider for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, too bad she doesn't have anything to extend her movement. Or a little, just one more square is all she needs. Hex. She just needs to go up that way. But now this thing's probably just gonna. I think she needs to be careful too. She's only has one wound left. And going into here, what's her? She's got a decent thing. She can maybe try to heal this and then heal herself. Not a bad idea, actually, just given how wounded she is. What's the range on this thing? The range of the gun. Range is only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, just look at that. I'm just realizing now. This shows the range of the gun. The Guardian of the Gate's range shot is only 4. When she came down this way, she could have easily have avoided the range. So actually, Cassina's not wounded at all, because she took 2 shots coming through there, and neither of them would have hit. So my apologies for that, just noticing that now, because I was thinking about maybe trying to skirt around, but not even necessary. Okay, so I will leave Melina Arabato to Rizik, and then she is going to come up there and try and support up here. There's no firing. There's no free action would be her Cassina giving up. She can give up an item to get that. So she's going to support that. So there's nobody who can fire because, like I said, Rizik's the only one. He's in a dome. So we're going to go straight onto the movement. So starting with Cassina, she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and keep the cover behind those trees and such. And then next is Rizik. He has a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and make sure he gets that line of sight onto Melina Arabato. And Frost Dancer's out. Brad is in a combat. Jenny's in a combat, and the TIX assassin is going to run up here and engage. Finally, we get to see the assassin meet up with William Wallace. Now, William Wallace, this is what he had planned, was to stand there with Orpatu, because Orpatu's in a cavern now, which makes Orpatu especially deadly. So that's that. So op fire phase then. This thing cannot op fire because Cassina is out of range. He can op fire at her, and he will. And she's got +2 stealth because of the trees there, so she's only a 5 versus his 9. Means that it's attacker better by 4, which is a hit. And his penetrate on the gun is 3 versus her armor of 2. Attacker better by 1 is +0, so he's done 2 damage to her, and this is 2 damage for reals this time. So she's taken 2 wounds. And that's it for op fire. We go on to melee. So in melee, we have we'll save the fun one for last year. No, actually we won't, because if this one goes badly for Team Black, it could just be instantly over. I reread the rules, and it says at any moment. So it's not like at the end of the turn if. No, it's at any moment. So if this happens, boom, it's game over. So let's jump up here to the TIAX assassin finally tracking down William Wallace. This is the fight of the century. So we have these two, William Wallace and Orpatu versus the TIX assassin. TIX assassin has a wits of 3. So it's going to be Orpatu, then William Wallace, then the assassin. So the Orpatu. Orpatu, within 2 aura range of William Wallace, gets +1 to hit with all attacks. So Orpatu is going to do a so it says melee of 6. Melee of 6 versus the assassin's reactive 4, so it's attacker better by 2. Attacker better by 2 is a hit. It's a penetrate of 6 versus a an armor of 5. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is 0 plus 0 damage. So that is 3 damage from Orpa 2. So the assassin has 5 left. Now William Wallace has a attack of 7, melee of 7 versus the reactive 4. So it's attacker better by 3 is a hit. And so it's his penetrate of 3 versus the armor of 5. Defender better by 2. Wow, plus 1 damage. So that's another 3 damage. So the assassin got really banged up in that. Now I'm just realizing too that William Wallace actually has this barbed tongue. And the barbed tongue is so he'll be immune to the poison, but he could do this. So William Wallace, let's see. So it's his point of 1. So or his throw of 1. So that is versus the stealth of 5. Defender better by 4. So that was a miss. Okay, so that was an op fire shot that he had coming in. So now it's the assassin. The assassin is going to attack William Wallace. William Wallace has a reactive 6. The assassin has a melee of 7. So it's attacker better by 1. Attacker better by 1 is a hit. And then it has a penetrative 6 versus William Wallace's armor of 2. So it's attacker better by 4 is plus 0. So he's done 3 damage to William Wallace. So William Wallace just took a grievous injury. He's down to 2 wounds, but the assassin is down to 2 wounds as well. So they definitely have the opportunity to finish off the assassin before it does anything else. Because this assassin can heal, but it does that in the free action phase. It regenerates 1 wound during the free action phase. So we'll see if the assassin sees another free action phase. All right, so that was that fight. I was wondering if it was ever going to happen. So it's cool to see that it did. Going on, then we have Jenny. Jenny versus Mr. Catskill. So Jenny has a melee of 4 versus his reactive 4. It's attacker better by 0 is a hit. So Jenny is hit. And then Jenny has a penetrate of 3 versus his armor of 2. Attacker better by 1 is minus 2 damage. Again, she does no damage. Jenny. This is not helping. Mr. Catskill, by all rights, should actually be out by now. And then we go to Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman has a melee of 4 versus Brad. So it's attacker. Brad's stealth of reactive 9. So it's defender better by 5 is a miss. And then it's on to Brad. And Brad has a melee of 1 versus Mr. Catskill's reactive 4. So it's defender better by 3. Defender better by 3 is a fop. And then Mr. Catskill fights Brad. So that's a 5 versus a 9 is defender better by 4. Defender better by 4 is a miss. So this one is still going on. And so that is it for the melee. Adventuring, there is none. And that's it then. So that is it for turn 8. Brad and Jenny seem very formidable foes now in hand-to-hand combat, stopping Mr. Catskill from getting that rocket launcher, which would make him a real threat. Learning about Cassina's, the mistake I'd made is helping out a lot, giving her some wounds back. But she did take a couple from Leo Penny, shooting her as she approached. And so we have the hunters becoming the hunted now as Cassina and Rizek the Red move in. And TIX Assassin has finally got down William Wallace. But then again, hunters become the hunted because the assassin definitely got the worst of that exchange. But we'll see if he lives for another round. All right, tune in next time for the next exciting round, maybe conclusion, of the Duel of Ages II Rush campaign. I'm Craig Thompson Wood, your host on Teaching with Board Games, saying thanks for watching.